Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you have been asking to see my pin collection. I know I have a lot of new subscribers that have been just kind of coming in and seeing only what I've gotten more recently and not kind of everything in entirety. So I decided I would showcase one of my collections today, and that is my Halloween slash kind of fall collection. Figured it was pretty appropriate since it is Halloween season, and I just wanted to kind of put together a themed pin board. I've never done anything like this before. I don't have a whole lot of Halloween decor, to be honest. I've got a little Hocus Pocus plaque back there because it reminds us of our cat Meeple, and then a Halloween Duffy plush that I had picked up when we were living in Hong Kong. And that's about it. So I figured making this pin board would be a nice little added Halloween decoration to our apartment, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around just so that I can show you all of the pins in close-up detail and kind of talk about the different things on the board for a little bit. Alright, so here is a look at the entire pin board. I'll go and do close-ups in just a moment, but I wanted you guys to kind of get an overall picture of everything. So like I said, this is probably like 99% Halloween pins, and then I do just have a couple of general autumn pins thrown in there, as well as a couple of postcards and stickers and other little fun things from the parks. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at everything. So starting in this corner, I put up this little alien postcard. He is dressed as a pumpkin. This is from Hong Kong Disneyland, and it did come with the matching pin, which you guys will see later. That's on the other side of the pin board for now. But I just thought this was just a really cute little art piece to include, super festive and appropriate for fall. Really glad that when we were able to pick up the pin that we were able to get the postcard as well, because I often see the pin for sale. I don't always see it with the postcard, so really glad that we have both of those things. So next right here we have Duffy. He is wearing his cute little jack-o'-lantern sweater. He's got his trick-or-treat basket that looks like him, and I did open this in my Halloween pin video. If you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it up above here so that you can watch that. But the reason that I picked up that pin is because he matches the plush that I have, which is the plush that was in the background at the beginning of this video. Here's the plush again. Little jack-o'-lantern sweater, and then his trick-or-treat basket. So when I saw that this came in pin form, I definitely had to pick it up. So moving on, we have this little Figaro in a jack-o'-lantern. I generally don't really like pins that have rubber elements just because I find they get really dirty easily and then you can't really clean them. But I just couldn't resist with the little Figaro, so I decided that I would pick this one up anyways and just be really careful with it to not get it dirty. I know, again, that Disney Kitty has the plush version of this, which I guess came out a couple of years ago, she said. So I definitely want to try to track that down as well, so that both of these pins will have their plush counterparts. So right below that, I have this Chillin' with My Villains pin. This is an open edition. It features obviously Jafar, the big bad wolf, and then Hook over here. I don't have a lot of villain pins, or honestly villain items in general. I am not a huge villains person, but I do have a handful of pins that have villains on them, so of course you're gonna find all of them on our pin board today just because it is definitely Halloween appropriate. So moving on, I put up this little Mickey Mouse sticker. This is from Hong Kong Disneyland during their Halloween celebration, probably about 5 years ago now when we were living there. I have a bunch of Hong Kong stickers. A lot of them are different holiday themes, so I just thought it was fun to include that on the board as well. And surrounding that, I also have some Hong Kong Disney Halloween pins. So this is Cookie. She is a part of this year's mystery set from Hong Kong. I also did an unboxing video on this a couple of weeks ago, so she is one of the pins that I really wanted in that set, along with Gelatoni, who I unfortunately did not get. but I am glad to at least have Cookie. And this pin is little Judy Hopps. She is dressed as a sheet ghost, and I just think that this is seriously one of the most adorable Halloween pins ever. Definitely plan to keep her in our collection for a while. So in this corner, we have this little Nightmare Before Christmas accessory. It has like a little like hair tie band on the back, as well as like a clip so that you can wear it. This is the kind of bow tie thing that Jack Skellington wears, and we had got this in Hong Kong Disney as well during one of their Halloween events. They had some kind of like, not, I guess they're celebrities, but more kind of like entertainment personalities, so not really like actors and actresses, but they were on stage doing a performance, and Johnny got pulled up and had to do some funny things on stage, and this was his prize for doing that. So this is just kind of a little free item that we got at Hong Kong, but I really love having this, and it's definitely a unique Halloween item, so wanted to keep that and showcase that in our little Halloween collection as well. So around that, we have another mystery pin from this year's Hong Kong set. This is Stella Lou. And then up here, we have the Mickey Mouse version. Mickey is really the only one in the set that I just didn't really like. He just kind of looks weird and not really like himself. The key for a mouth is kind of weird. Again, I wasn't really sure what they were going for, if it was like a steampunk look or I don't really know, but I just wasn't really that into it. So moving on to this little row down here, we have Hector from the Pixar Pure WDI Mystery Series. So we opened up 2 of these, and we have Hector, and then we also had Sadness. Obviously, Sadness isn't really a Halloween fitting pin, so I just went ahead and thought that Hector would be great for this board. A little Dia de los Muertos representation. So really like him. Next to that, I have this little Villainous logo pin. So Villainous is a board game that was released earlier this year. I went to Gen Con in Indianapolis, which is a giant board game convention that happens every year. I was able to pick up Villainous right when it came out by the publishers, and they were giving out these little logo pins with a purchase. So these are limited release, and I was really glad that I could pick this up because it also just helps me remember the fun time that I had at Gen Con this year. So over here we have Stitch. This is more of an obviously just fall related pin. I think this is adorable. He is in front of King Ludwig's castle in the background here in Germany. He is all dressed up for Oktoberfest. He's got his pretzels in his hand, his lederhosen on, and I just thought this was adorable. It is a dream of mine to get to go to Oktoberfest someday. I have been to King Ludwig's castle a few years ago with my mom, and that was just a really great trip. So I like having this in my collection as well to represent not only fall, but my trip to Germany. So down here we have this Nightmare Before Christmas marquee. It is obviously from the El Capitan out in LA. This is a DSSH pin, and it is the only marquee that we currently have. So it has some of the more obscure Nightmare Before Christmas characters, such as Teddy here, and I'm not sure if this rat has a name or not, but really fun little Halloween pin here. Next, we have the Jafar villain pin from the Hong Kong set that was released this year. This was Johnny's favorite in the set and the one that we will be keeping, so of course he is just gonna chill here on our Halloween board. Next to Jafar is the Haunted Mansion wallpaper bat. So this I got in the collection that I recently picked up, and I think that this pin is really pretty. I am not really a Haunted Mansion fan, but the way that this pin is made, I just love it. Let me take this off of the board really quick. That way I can tilt it up and you can really see the design of the wallpaper is inlaid in the pin. So I just think that that looks really pretty, especially when the light hits it. Next to that, I have this Hong Kong Disneyland pin from 2013, which is one of the years that I was living in Hong Kong. This is a limited edition pin, and it is representing Mid-Autumn Festival, which took place a few weeks ago this year. So Mid-Autumn Festival is a really important Chinese holiday where everyone in the family gets together, they eat food, they eat mooncakes, which is what Mickey is holding here, and then at night they go outside and they light a bunch of lanterns, and it's just a really gorgeous holiday. So this is actually one of my favorite pins in my entire collection, not just because it is limited edition and because it's from when I lived in Hong Kong, but because this pin seriously pretty much ticks off every special pin element that you can imagine. So let me pull this one off as well so that you can get a closer look. So you've got Mickey and Minnie. They've got glitter in different elements of it. It has this little lantern dangle element. It is a stained glass element in the background here to look like a lantern. The little mooncake that he is holding is rubber, so it has a 3D element. And then it also has this tassel dangle at the bottom, so another dangle element. But seriously, Hong Kong, you've got the 3D rubber, you've got stained glass, you've got two dangles, you've got glitter. This pin seriously just has everything on it, and I just think it's a really cool pin. So let me just see. Yes, this was a limited edition of 500. So really glad to have this in my collection, and super fitting for an autumn pin board. Above that pin, we've got Baymax from the other Hong Kong set. Seems like a lot of these pins are Hong Kong related, but this was Johnny's favorite from the set, and he is just holding his little lollipop there, dressed as a vampire. It is pretty cute. Next we have Figaro hugging onto a little jack-o'-lantern. This is from Tokyo Disney Sea, and it is one of the game pins from this year. I also think that this is one of the cutest Halloween pins in our entire collection. I love the coloring and that Figaro isn't actually black. He's more of a brown because black just doesn't really fit with a lot of my aesthetic, so I like that they kind of made him a little more neutral looking. I think it looks really good. Down here we have another pin from that Hong Kong mystery set. This one is Goofy. I do like the way that they did his little hat out of smaller pumpkins and that they used the vine for his ears. That is pretty clever. Moving on, we have Stitch. This is a Disney shopping pin. You can see that Stitch is dressed like a little vampire. He's holding a jack-o'-lantern, and then he's got all of these like bats in the background sky. So again, this is just a really cool pin. This is one that Johnny picked up, but I thought it would go really well on our Halloween board. Over here we have Vanellope. I saw this in a live sale and I just thought it was adorable. She is dressed up as a skeleton trick-or-treating. She's got her little mask, and you can remove that and see her face underneath there. So really cute pin. Here we have a Jack Skellington. He is disguised as a hamburger. This is from a carnival pin set that was released in Hong Kong, I believe earlier this year or late last year. But there were a whole bunch of different snacks, and I thought that Jack would fit well with the Halloween theme. Here we have a Minnie Mouse sticker. She matches the Mickey Mouse. She is from the same year from Halloween in Hong Kong. So decided to put her up there as well, and I love her little Halloween outfit. The outfits on these are actually what they wore in the park that year for character meet and greet, so it was really fun to get to meet her in her little Halloween costume. Here we have the little green alien dressed as the pumpkin pin, so like I said, that would be shown later since we have the postcard for him. This of course is from Johnny's Alien collection, but decided to borrow him for this pin board. Down here we have Minnie Mouse dressed as a pumpkin. She looks better than the Mickey counterpart, but there's still something just a little off about her. So these next 5 down across the bottom, I will obviously show you together since they are all from the same series. This is of course the Windows of Evil series, which I believe is the first set that Johnny has actually completed. I know they're going to be releasing more of these throughout the next year, as we saw in the preview event, so not sure if we will be trying to pick those up or not. But here in the very corner we have Ursula. This one is my personal favorite. Next we have Maleficent in both her witch and dragon form. Here we have Hades, and then we have Oogie Boogie with Lock, Shock, and Barrel down at the bottom. And then last over here we have Jafar, and we also have him in genie form. So all of these are in silver frames with some key elements from the movie. So we've got the shell that Ursula puts Ariel's voice in. We have the spindle that Aurora pricks her finger on. We have a little skull here for Hades. We have the dice for Oogie Boogie, since he has the gambling roulette little number. And then we have the scarab beetle for Jafar. So this is a really cool set. If you are looking for this set, definitely just be really careful because it is a very highly faked set. So make sure that you've got the backer cards and that it doesn't say PP on the back. Alright, these little three are another set that I have stolen from Johnny's Alien collection for this month. It is the Trick or Toy set. It actually took me a while to even realize that it said Trick or Toys up here, so I was not displaying them in the correct order at first, but now we've got it all sorted. So this is a Japan set. And we've got three little aliens here. We've got the first one dressed up as a little jailbird with his ball and chain. We've got a mummy, which I think is my personal favorite of the three. And then we have a little vampire over here. So these are adorable. Really like this set. We did pick up an extra of these, so if you are watching our live sale tomorrow, we will be selling a set of these as well. So this pin features the Evil Queen from Snow White. I'm pretty sure this is the only pin we have that has her on it. It says Halloween Time, Disneyland, and I actually really like this pin because even though it was released for the Halloween event, it is not dated, so it's really great to be able to use this pretty much year after year because you guys probably know by now I am not a big fan of pins with dates in them unless the date is actually relevant to me. The other really cool thing I like about this, let me just take this off the back here, is that it is purple metal. So you can see this was an annual pass holder pin, and I think it's just a really unique, cool Halloween pin. And our last pin on the board is another one of my actual favorites. Even though I am not a villain fan or a Maleficent fan, I just think this is a really pretty pin. So this pin features Maleficent with her crow or raven or whatever he is, Diablo, over here. It is in an obvious heart shape, and then it has this really pretty purple glitter background. So yeah, I just think that this pin looks really good. The frame of the heart is actually made of the thorns that she creates, and I just think this pin is really cool. Okay guys, that is my entire Halloween / autumn pin board. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Like I said, I have never made a themed board like this before. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely give me a thumbs up. That'll let me know that maybe I should continue to make more of these in the future. I don't know that I'll be doing it every month, but maybe I'll just kind of pick a random theme each month and kind of go with it and show off another part of my collection. So definitely give me a thumbs up if you want to see more of that. While you're down there, let me know if you have any of these pins and we are pin twins. Otherwise, let me know which pin is your favorite on my board this month. Make sure, if you haven't already, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I put out lots of Disney videos, a lot of pin videos, so I'm sure you will want to stick around if you are into that sort of stuff. Alright guys, I will see you with my regular Monday pin mail video tomorrow, so be sure to check that out then. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!